Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today on YOUCANIC we have a 2019 Nissan Sentra, and on this Nissan Sentra we have our check engine light that's on, and we're going to go ahead and check it and see what it is. We've got our scanner here, OBD2 scanner, hooked up to the OBD2 port, and this is the YOUCAN one. So we're going to hit enter, then we're going to go into diagnostic. Communicates with the ECU. It says we have our check engine light on. We're going to read the codes, and we have, it's the O2 sensor, heater control, the circuit low bank 1 sensor. So this is the upstream sensor that is throwing a code of a P0031. Let's see what else we've got. O2 sensor, negative current connect, control circuit, O2 sensor, current control, and that's the open bank 1, sensor 1. So all of these happen to do with the upstream O2 sensor. If you had the downstream O2 sensor, you would have a slightly different code, but it would say bank 2, circuit 2. So we have a P2251 and we have a P2237, which are all indication of the same sensor. So we're going to go through how you would replace that sensor, and if you had the codes for the other sensor, there is information of how to replace the downstream O2 sensor if that one went bad too. But let's go locate it in the engine and replace. So the upstream O2 sensor is right back under this. So we're going to pop this cover. And so here is the O2 sensor. You go through the process of how to replace that. And then there's a cable line that you got to follow back over here and unhook that when you're replacing it. So once you've gone through that process of replacing the O2 sensor, then we go back and check the code and delete the code and start to make sure that that was all we needed to do at this time. And we're going to go ahead and go back through here. We're going to erase the codes because we replaced the O2 sensor. The top one, and sometimes it's very recommended to replace them both at the same time, but we had only codes for the top one, so we're going to start with that, and hopefully that's it. Sometimes that can come on for various reasons. You have an exhaust leak, you have anything that is controlling between the two O2 sensors that it's reading, because they communicate to each other, and it's reading a bad reading for whatever reason, so you'll want to be checking that too. But you can start with replacing the sensor, and if it comes back on, well then, you know, maybe there's something else you need to be looking into and not just that sensor. But a good place to start is the sensor. The sensors are, they're working all the time and they can easily go bad. So it's asking if we want to delete the codes for sure. We say yes, press any key when we're done. Battery codes. Yep, so there's no codes in here. Now, we know our check engine light has gone off. Everything starts and runs the way it should. Now, you'll want to cycle your car on and off for 5 or 6 times or more, a few days, and see if that light comes back on. And if it doesn't, then you should be good. But it can still come back on. Engine light could come back on, and then you would just scan it again and see where you're at. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.